Hello guys, welcome to one of many videos I'll make on the Resident Evil franchise. This tier list consists of all the Resident Evil games I've personally played, and I will not feature any story-related talk. This is all about the mechanics of the game as well as the soundtracks. Again, some of these games have been out for a long time, so I won't compare the original Resident Evil 2 to a game like Resident Evil 8, or other things of that nature. I also stream on Twitch, so make sure you check me out. I'm a variety streamer and I currently stream Mortal Kombat 1, some Capcom games like Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, and Resident Evil, shooting games, Fortnite, and other games that I can't name at the top of my head. I currently stream more instead of making YouTube videos, but hopefully that'll change soon. Who knows? So to start off, Resident Evil 2. I played this game early 2023, like maybe March or February. I played half of the original game and it's alright. I'm going to put Resident Evil 2 at B tier. It's not addicting, nor boring. It's just a traditional Resident Evil game that does the job just right. Fixed camera angle, aiming isn't really hard, and intermediate boss fights aren't really hard. The fixed camera's aesthetic is really my type of traditional Resident Evil game, and this game doesn't really have any mechanics that stand out to me. It's just how you manage your inventory. Speaking of inventory, ink ribbons are a thing in this game. They take up one slot, but I don't really have a problem with it. Just one other thing in your inventory that you have to manage. B tier. Resident Evil Code Veronica is a game I've recently played on stream, so I can vividly remember all the mechanics. Code Veronica has a fixed camera angle that moves with glare depending on the room. I personally prefer the actual fixed camera angles because it makes it more challenging in some parts, and sometimes it really makes the game feel more Resident Evil-like. I can't describe how that is, but yeah. Code Veronica's soundtrack also slaps. It also has one of my favorite save themes. I haven't played all of Code Veronica, but I will beat it sometime on Twitch. There is also talk of a potential Code Veronica remake coming before Resident Evil 5. For now, this game is an A. Resident Evil 0 is another non-mainline game in the Resident Evil series, but it is one of my favorites in recent memory. The game allows you to switch between Rebecca Chambers and Billy Cohen. Your primary character is the character that you move with your left analog stick, and your secondary character you can control with your right analog stick. Rebecca has less health, and Billy is more strong with more health. I always have Rebecca as my primary character though, because she can mix herbs. This game, again, has a fixed camera angle, great cutscenes, and 2 characters. B tier. Resident Evil 4. Does this game even need an introduction? By the time of me uploading this video, I'm 16, and my age demographic probably doesn't talk about this game as much as I do. Keep in mind, this game came out in 2005, 2 years before I was born. I also had this game on the GameCube. Again, I was basically a kindergartner playing another game that wasn't made for kids. I don't know how my mom and dad thought this was a good game for me. Now that I think about it, I was probably pointing at it at a Blockbuster. Remember when those things existed? Anyway, after replaying it, this game is amazing. The movement is alright, but it works. This is the first over-the-shoulder Resident Evil game. Leon returning, Serenity, a new inventory system, and the save theme, which is probably playing in the background right now if I remember to put it in. This game does not take itself seriously. You got Leon S. Kennedy, suplexing ganados, and speaking in one-liners. S tier. Moving on to Resident Evil 5. I haven't finished it. I know, it's pretty crazy. This game isn't really scary if you don't watch the cutscenes. It's more focused on action than anything else. I didn't play this game as a kid because I was a Modern Warfare 2 kid and I also played other games like Battle Block Theater and Castle Crashers. This game is fun with friends, that's why I haven't finished it. I can't imagine playing this game solo. If anyone wants to finish Resident Evil 5 with me on co-op, on Steam by the way, don't be afraid to hit me up on Twitch or in the comments. This game is an A tier for now. I would put it into S. It's super duper close, but I really have to finish the game in order to see it through. Resident Evil Revelations feels closer to Resident Evil than Resident Evil 6 in my opinion, but thinking about it, this game would be better co-op. Sadly, the story isn't, but I think that there's a game mode with co-op. I think. The game has auto sprint. You don't have to hold shift down. If you do hold shift, you walk. I don't know if it's the same on controller, but yeah. But the gameplay is Resident Evil 5 with a little twist. You scan zombies and corpses for data, and when you collect 100% of the data, you get an herb. Or a healing pill, whatever. I don't even know. The inventory system is pretty different, but this game is not a mainline Resident Evil game. Feels different, but more traditional than modern. A tier. Okay, I'm talking about Resident Evil 6. I know that I didn't finish Resident Evil 5, but I finished Resident Evil 6, I'm sorry, okay? This game has a really bad reputation depending on who you talk to, but I think Resident Evil 6 is pretty fun. I played this game co-op with my friend Ivan. We did Ada's campaign first, and then Leon's campaign. We both liked how each campaign is different, but all the characters connect. Seeing Leon, Ada, which is that clone Ada, and Chris in one room made me pog secretly inside. This game's mechanics are something we've never seen at the time. When you get knocked over, you can recover backwards. Aiming is more easier than 4 and 5. I didn't really remember any music from 6. It was very atmospheric. If anything, the menu music's pretty fire. B tier. The Resident Evil 2 remake is my second favorite from the remakes. This game has a special place in my heart because this game got me back into the Resident Evil series. The first time I played it was winter 2019, after the Rams lost to the Patriots in Super Bowl 53. Man, do I remember it so clearly. At that point in time, I didn't play the OG Resident Evil 2, I just played the original Resident Evil 4. I played through all 4 scenarios, Leon A, Claire A, Leon B, and Claire B. This game had so much replayability, I even unlocked the Tofu Survivor at 12 years old. The soundtrack is great, but the original will always be better in my opinion. This game is right under Resident Evil 4 remake for me. S tier. RE3 Remake had an amazing opening cutscene as well as the opening jail part. I haven't finished it because I lost interest in the game entirely. And I also played Modern Warfare 2019 more. The first time I played it, it was around May 2020. I liked the dodging, but something felt a bit off. I didn't even get to the Carlos part. I might replay it someday. For now though, it's not looking good for Resident Evil 3. The graphics are great, gameplay is solid, simple as that. I haven't finished it, so B tier. Resident Evil 8, or Village. I picked up the game during mid-2022, and I haven't finished it. I know, I should finish these games, but I guess I just don't have the interest to. Or the attention span, I guess. I will though, someday. This is based off of gameplay anyway, so. Resident Evil Village has some cool set pieces. I've got to the part where Lady Dimitrescu cuts your hand off when you're pulling the lever. And in that part you have to run away from her. And I dropped the game after that. After I escaped and got to the main part where the girl statues are, I just dropped it. The game feels fresh. I had flashbacks to Resident Evil 4 in that one siege part in the beginning of the game where fire arrows are falling from the sky and you're running from zombies. It was very visceral. And this big dude comes along, looking like a mini version of El Gigante. The gunplay feels great and Resident Evil-y. I honestly thought that this game, since it's first person, you would have to use all your ammo and it would feel a lot like Resident Evil 4, and like Assault and more action. Turns out that's not really the case. You can play this game how you would play all the other traditional Resident Evil games. Just first person. You have the choice to run or use your guns. The sound design in this game is so good. You can hear how close the zombies are breathing and groaning in your ear when they grab you. Super loud sometimes. A tier. Well, here we are. The Resident Evil 4 Remake. This game is jam-packed with cool stuff. The entire game is so good. The island was so miserable to play on the original, but that all changes in the remake. Pairing is a must return, whether it's Resident Evil 9, codename Apocalypse, Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake, or Resident Evil 5 Remake. We need Perry back, man. The running is so fast in this game compared to the running in Resident Evil 3 Remake and 2. Serenity and the save theme are slightly changed and refined in a more darker tone. The gunplay is superior. Ashley doesn't have a health bar anymore, thank God, and is much easier to maintain in your games. Lily Gao as Ada is great in my opinion. Again, this is a remake, and I really don't have a problem with it. Such a different take on Ada, and I kinda like it. Luis's story is more stretched and loosely based on Don Quixote. He calls you Sancho a couple of times. Mercenaries was a blast to play, and I unlocked the RPD outfit right when Separate Ways came out. This game is a masterpiece, and I hope it is uphill from this point on for the Resident Evil games. RE engine is evolving, and I can't wait for the REX engine. But that'll be a different video. I could easily make another video for the Resident Evil 4 remake, but that'll be for later. Maybe I'll talk about Separate Ways too. Anyways, Resident Evil 4 remake is an S+ tier game. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your opinions in the comments. I really want to see all of you guys' disagreements or agreements with me. Again, I won't have the same list as all of you guys, but I will play all the Resident Evil games I haven't finished on this list on Twitch. twitch.tv/ULC. And I hope to see you guys again. For now, in the words of Xavier Woods, keep it tight.